Good morning, happy Tuesday, happy 19th of March, the day before the spring equinox, the day before we start the astrological year once again. So we are moving through that last degree actually of Pisces. Pisces is really coming in to wash away what is no longer serving us. What do we not want to take into the next astrological year? So for me, the day before equinox is very much a day of deep releasing. It's a day where I spend a lot of time in reflection and just taking stock of the last astrological year. What's happened for me? How have I grown? But also, what do I want to release? What am I not carrying forward into the next turn of the silver wheel of the year? So if you can today, I'd really encourage you to just take stock about what is it that you've learned and how have you grown. And also writing a releasing list is really powerful. So you can release that, and then tomorrow you can set your intentions. You can really seed your intentions into earth. And if you do have time, and I will be doing this, is getting some seeds, a pot of earth, and whispering your intentions to the seeds and planting them in the pot, tending to them, nurturing them, and watching them grow over the next few months, ready to be harvested. So you may be growing flowers. I often grow a herb like a basil, something that can be tangible, something that you can literally harvest and enjoy later on in the year. So while we have the sun in Pisces, I just want to touch again on Venus in Pisces and boundaries, looking after your energy. Really making sure that you are saying no to the things you need to say no to, and only saying yes to the things that fill your heart with joy, the things that are not going to stretch your energy so much. So as Venus moves through Pisces, she's so happy in Pisces. She's the lover, she's the dreamer. She kind of floats around in the romantic notions of knights in shining armour on white horses coming to save them. But actually she comes in, and the shadow side of that is giving too much. It is living in a fantasy. It is not having any boundaries, because you see the good in everybody and in everything that happens. So really feel into that energy, particularly as we're coming to the end of the astrological year. Where do your boundaries need tightening up? How is your personal energy? Are you over-serving? And this very much is going to be the year where if we over-serve, we are going to burn out, and we're going to burn out absolutely spectacularly. So we don't want that. We need to recognize our own energy. We need to take a step back, and we need to step into our sovereignty and actually say no to people. And really think about boundaries. I've put some boundaries in this week in order for me to do a couple of tasks, and people don't always like that because you're not accessible to them 24/7. So my advice on that is keep those boundaries, stick to the boundaries, and be really clear, particularly if you live with people, and say, okay, this is what I need today. These are going to be my boundaries going forward. The reason I'm saying all this is because once we start the astrological year tomorrow, and we go out, and hopefully you're going to go and celebrate that in whatever way feels good for you, because it really is a new start. And this is also the first equinox where we're going to truly experience Pluto being in Aquarius. So is the energy feeling different to you? To me, it feels more celebratory. It feels like we've come through a very long winter period. It hasn't been a cold winter, but it feels very long, very dirty. So we're shifting that energy. But I also feel that as we move into this first equinox with Pluto in Aquarius, we're going to see a really rapid shift, a quick change in the energy. And this again is supported by the wild card of the eclipse season coming in. We know these eclipses are going to happen, and for me, it's very much about expecting the unexpected and going with the flow, riding those energies. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about the eclipses on Thursday actually. But as we go through into this equinox period, we're going to have Sol, our Sun, and Mercury both in Aries, but we'll have a pile up of planets back in Pisces, so we've still got those watery depths, and Saturn and Neptune in Pisces at the moment are doing a really good job of washing away the old. So Neptune for me is very much about sweeping away the age of Pisces, and Saturn is about having the discipline to create your foundations, but Saturn in Pisces often washes away those foundations. So really checking, are your foundations secure? What are your boundaries like? And what do you want to see washed away by Neptune as we usher in this new age? And with Sol and Mercury both being in Aries, just being really aware of your words, being really aware of that fire starting to build up within us. So it feels like it's been a very wet winter. You know, Capricorn in the winter sign is very much about the stones, the bones, the Caliac, the wise woman, you know, very heavy, earthy. And then we go into Aquarius, that light air, but actually it's cold and it's dark. And then we've got Pisces for me, which is the end of the winter, and it has physically been very wet. So we all need a little bit more Aries fire, we need a little bit more Aries passion, but making sure that you're directing that into communication, which has forward motion and it's not overly emotive. That's what I'm going to say at the moment. So really using this fire, really gathering it into your solar plexus and allowing it to shift through your body to help you cruise through this beautiful Aries season, which I am super excited about. So the key things I want to say for today is really firm up your boundaries. Really check in with your energy. What does your energy need? What are you letting go of? What are you not taking forward into the next astrological year? And finally, make sure that you spend time tomorrow setting your intentions and really celebrating a fresh new start, and the first time in our lifetime where we have experienced an equinox with Pluto in Aquarius feels really powerful and really potent. So sending you all so much love. I'll be back on Thursday and I'm going to talk a little bit, I think, about the eclipse season and how that's going to affect us, those wild cards that are really going to come in, and that kind of reminder that the Mercury retrograde is coming up as well in the middle of eclipse season. But before that, let's go and celebrate Ostara. Let's go and celebrate Spring Equinox, and let's bring the fire and passion back into our lives as we move into this new year. So sending you all so much love, and I'll see you on Thursday. Take care.